We've heard a lot about Emma Watson starring in Beauty and the Beast's reboot, and now we can finally hear her singing voice.
I want adventure in the great white somewhere.
Hello?
I want it more than I can tell.
Come into the light.
For once it might be grand.
What if she is the one?
To have someone understand.
Pleased to meet you.
I want so much more than they've got planned.
She can sing! Who knew? So a few weeks ago, ironically, I was discussing this with someone you know named Emma Fife.
Oh yeah, Emma.
Who is your colleague. And she was like, I don't know if she can even sing.
Right.
Maybe they heard the call. No, I'm kidding. But it was just like, I was thinking, I was like, oh yeah, I don't know if she is going to sing, because I remember we saw in Jon Favreau's The Jungle Book, there were just like a couple songs, but they weren't really done in the same way in the Disney musical classic heritage. But at least a couple songs I can imagine in this, and who knew Emma could sing?
Yeah. I like her voice. I think it works for the film and what they're trying to do. I don't think it's the strongest voice. I think it's on par of what you see with like Nicole Kidman in Moulin Rouge, or even to a degree Renee Zellweger in Chicago, which are very strong attempts. But you can tell you can tell Broadway singers versus singers.
Well, she has to live up to Paige O'Hara,
exactly,
who was
which
a
is really, really difficult.
Broadway powerhouse singer, which is very different.
Yeah, but I think it works for what they're creating here for the movie, because you want it to be realistic. Like with animation, you know you're going to get the strongest voices because they can get the strongest voices. But with something live action, you're like, it's about the combination of the actor and the singing. And so to me, I think it's a really good voice for what they're going for.
So you mentioned a couple examples, like Nicole Kidman and Renee Zellweger, who are, they're well known as being like A-list celebrities who are being pushed into the musical mold. Can you think of any other instances where this worked or didn't work?
Didn't work is obviously Russell Crowe in Les Miserables. I mean, that is pretty much the touchstone.
I am Javert.
Right. Whereas Hugh Jackman, by contrast, was fantastic in Les Mis.
Well, Hugh Jackman can do Broadway.
Yeah, and Anne Hathaway as well did a nice job, and obviously won that Oscar for doing the part. And so there are certain people that can really step to it because they have that triple threat already within them, and there are other people that just learn to do it, and you're surprised by what they do, but you respect the work, like the amount of time they've taken and attention, like we saw in La La Land, like Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling doing what they did with their dance and then the occasional singing and what have you. So you can respect it when you can sense the work they've put into it. You actually can respect it as an audience member, because who hasn't done karaoke? Who hasn't sang in the car? Who hasn't sang in the shower?
I do more like talk singing, because I know it's not there. I was really struck by this because I didn't know if she could sing. I didn't know if she would sing.
Yeah.
I really liked it. A lot of people have been criticizing this movie a little bit as in, what is the point of this movie? What is the artistic difference that we're seeing here? I'm really stunned so far. It might be because I'm a fan of Emma Watson. It might be because I'm a fan of Beauty and the Beast. But I feel it's akin to watching it in a different way. Like if I were to watch the Broadway musical, I would still probably really enjoy that, even though I've seen the Disney version, even though I've seen black and white French versions from decades and decades ago. It's
Cocteau, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Jean Cocteau, yeah.
I forgot, you're a film buff.
Yes, yes.
So I'm kind of enjoying where we're going with this so far, at least. What are your thoughts on the need or the want for a remake?
Well, I understand the complaint, obviously, because this one was so heralded and got nominated for Best Picture. Best Picture. And so by the time when they didn't have animated as a separate category. So it has it has a very big pedigree as a film. Whereas when you took Jungle Book or Pete's Dragon, these are some of the... obviously, there are some people who love Jungle Book. I didn't love it as much as other people do, but Pete's Dragon is a lesser-known animated one, and so they had more license to create a live-action version of this and really separate it. I think Disney has stepped in with Cinderella and did a really nice job with that, which surprised me. So I think this is more in the vein of that. They've been successful, and the Pete's Dragon remake was actually really good, even though nobody went to see it.
It's actually really
good, yeah. And so, but this looks fantastic. I think it's enough of a separation from the animated version. It still evokes it, but it's enough that it feels like its own thing. From the design itself to the way it's shot, to the way it moves, I think it's going to have its own life and its own following, and I think it looks great, and I can't wait to see it.
All right, I'm with you on that. No dissent on this episode. However, do you feel the same? Do you think Emma Watson has a singing voice that can cut it? Please let us know below in the comments, and please like and subscribe for more.